Poppy K and her weekly vlogs, shopping, reading and her cute dog. Poppy K and her weekly vlogs. Poppy K, subscribe, like, comment and share.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Well, hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my weekly vlog. Today I'm literally just about to sit down and do my reading sprints. I do them on a Thursday and a Tuesday over on Twitch. I will leave all the context that as well. I will leave all the contact details and stuff below. But today I have decided I am going to be reading Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now this I've had in my collection for a long time, in my book, in my library if you will, and I've not read it yet. So I thought, do you know what, I might as well give it a whirl. So that is what I'm going to be reading on these sprints. It doesn't look too bad. Hopefully I can get it done in the next couple of days. So that's what I'm going to be reading, and I will talk to you about it. I'm also going to start my next instalment of the ACOTAR series that I was doing, but obviously that will be a separate video. So yeah, I've brewed the coffee. The coffee is brewing. The house smells beautiful. I'm literally just sitting here. I've turned everything off, got my lights on. I am going to do a little bit of sprinting. So if you want to pop on over and come and visit me in my sprints, as I say, I'll leave the links to everything below. I do it twice a week, and I will also be doing some later ones as well, because I've had people ask me to do some later ones, because obviously we've got people in different countries. So depending on what I'm doing for weekends and things like that, and how quiet it is in the house, I will do some over the weekend and maybe do a few later on at night as well. So Anyway, I better stop babbling because I need to get on and get this all sorted. I am here. I have been reading this. I'm about 100 pages in. I've got about a minute left before I've got to go back on, and I'm doing sprints at the minute. So I'm actually quite enjoying it. I'm intrigued to see how this sort of develops, as in like the actual Caraval theme itself. You know, we've literally just got to the part where they've got to Caraval. Scarlett and Julian have got into Caraval. I'm quite intrigued. You know, I've literally just, whoops, I've just dropped it. So I've yeah, as I say, I'm about 108 pages in, and yeah, really quite enjoying it. So I'm intrigued to see where this goes. So hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit more done. I want to get half done today and then maybe finish it off tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, that's that. Oh my goodness. That is my sprints finished for today. But I have managed to read, I'm on 153 of this. I'm going to sit in my chair and just prep dinner, sit in my chair this evening, and I'm going to finish this. I think it's hilarious. I think this book is hilarious. Now, I was hoping to go into it with a, you know, like fantastical mindset, but I find it very amusing. The lead character, Scarlett, and Julian are obviously playing this game. Now, to future me, when I've finished this book, I mean, obviously I don't know what happens. I have a few suspicions, number one. And number two, it's their relationship is very funny. I don't know whether they're going to end up becoming lovers. I don't know, but it's the way she speaks about him. She's like, I hate you, but he's so good looking. You know, that sort of thing. And it's just making me laugh. So at the moment, they've literally, I think they're on the second day. I think I'm near enough, a little bit more. Yeah, I'm nearly on night 2, which is halfway. So as I say, I want to get some stuff ready, get my dinner ready and stuff like that. And then I'm going to sit in my new chair, and the weather is absolutely glorious today. I'm going to sit in my chair and I'm going to finish this book today. I have got the last book, I haven't got the second book. So what I'm thinking is I might go on to World of Books, because this is the thing, I don't know, I might go to World of Books or Books to Door. The only thing is I've got this already, and I've got the hardback of the finale up here. So I've got the finale, and I would love to get the others hardback. Whether or not I can find them, I don't know. But so I've got the first one and this, but I haven't got the second one, and I don't know what to do. So I may let you know. What I might do is go on to World of Books and see if they've got the hardbacks, and then I can get the hardbacks, because I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's a good bit of escapism, and sometimes that's just what you need, isn't it? Good bit of escapism. For today, as I say, I've just finished my sprints. I'm just waiting for everyone to come home now, and I've got ironing to do as well. So get dinner ready, have a shower, and then I can finish this book, and I'll let you know. So I finished Caraval last night. I read this, I want to say in a day. It was in a day, but I didn't start it until 12 o'clock, and finished it at, I think it was 7:30 or something like that. Obviously I had to make dinner and stuff like that, so it only took me a few hours to read this. I am so disappointed because I went to the library. They have oh, I could have got the next one. Anyway, I am giving this a very high 4-star. I loved it. It made me laugh so much. The relationship between Julian and Scarlett, it's amazing. Now, what would I call this? Would I call this it's not a friends to lovers. Is it an enemies to lovers? Because they're not really enemies. But it's got that sort of vibe to it. But I really, really enjoyed it. And the twists and the turns, this keeps you going. It certainly does keep you going. I cannot wait to read the next one. What is that? Legendary? Yes. So looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll be able to find it online or get it in the library or something like that. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this book and I cannot wait to get on to the next one. So what am I going to read next? I don't know. I went to the library today and I'm going to just put this back, let the dog out, and I will show you what I got from the library. Our library, okay, I don't know if this is going to be like a whole thing for the whole country, but our library have got unmanned hours. Now I understand we can't have somebody in the library all the time, but every single time I've gone to the library, our local library, there has never been anyone there. And you have to use your card to get in, but you have to have a PIN. Now I have a PIN to use the computers in there, but it's not the right one. It keeps telling me access denied, so you can't get into the library. I had a couple of books to pick up that I'd paid for, and I was like, well, you know, I've been 3 times now to this library and I've not been able to get in. I got in today, needless to say, but from now on in, if I want books transferred, I'm going to get them transferred over to Kidderminster, not Stourport, because what a joke. Anyway, I'm going to show you the books I picked up. You probably saw them in the B-roll. I picked up The Doll Factory by Elizabeth McNeil, purely because of the beautiful cover. I really don't know a lot. I'm just going to put that in there. Don't know a lot about it. Look at these end pages. Delish. Yeah, so looking forward to reading that. I think it's sort of like a little bit of a historical novel, maybe like a curiosity collector type thing. But yeah, so I picked that up. I picked up the Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I picked that up. That's quite a chunky monkey, so hopefully I'll be able to get that read. But this is one that's been on my want to read list for a while, so I saw it there and I was like, man, I'm going to pick that up. So I picked that up. And then there's Susanna Clarke, Piranesi. So it's just a very quick, short novel. I don't really have a clue as to what this is either, but I thought after reading Mr. Norrell and Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, I thought, why not pick up that and have a go with that. And then last but not least, this really did intrigue me. First thing that I saw was the cover. So as you can see, quite macabre, quite yeah, quite strange. It seems to be, it says here, the extraordinary life and historic adventures of a servant called Little. Now, as far as I can tell from the blurb on the back, because that's all I've sort of looked at, we're basically following a girl who was orphaned at the age of 6, and her nickname is Little. And she basically finds employment in a household of a reclusive anatomist, Dr. Curtis, who's quite an eccentric doctor. And her role is basically just a servant, but then they sort of make friends and they're sort of a little bit more of companions and things. And it says that he begins to instruct her in the fine art of wax modelling. I don't know, from the gutters of pre-revolutionary France to the luxury of the Palace of Versailles, from clutching the still warm heads of the terror to find something very like love. Little traces the improbable fortunes of a blood-stained crumb of a thing who went on to shape the world. So it just seems very, very intriguing. There's a lot of little illustrations in it, and I saw that in the library and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to give that a go. It looks quite macabre, you know, but why not? Something a little bit spooky and a little bit different from fantasy and stuff. So I cannot wait, actually. Out of all of these books, I think that is the one that I am looking forward to reading the most. That's it. I'm going to put the kettle on. I've finished work for the week. And, yeah. So I'm going to have a cup of tea and then pick one of these to read. I just want to say I've started reading this. I'm 22 pages in already and I just need to read you this. The writing in this is amazing. At the moment it is. It says the world shudders. The ripped open edges of reality flutter like tattered cloth before drawing together again, as if some great unseen seamstress is stitching the world back together. That is just beautiful. I just thought I'd read that to you. And here's another one. Juniper never thought much about her sisters' lives after they left Crow County. They just walked off the edge of the page and vanished, a pair of unfinished sentences. This book, the way that in itself, I'm only on page 28. Don't worry, I'm not going to stop for every single thing, but that sings to my heart. So I finished The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I have some thoughts. Okay, so we're looking at witchy history, basically, is what we're looking at in this book. We follow lines of suffragettes, we follow witchy stories, folklore, fairy tales, nursery rhymes, all kinds of things are all in this book. And we can look at the witchery in two different ways. You can look at the witchery in a way that is written in history, that is basically deals with, like, casting of the spells and all this sort of thing, you know, bad devilry stuff that goes on. But also, I think the other side of witchery is basically the hidden stories of what really happens to women faced with oppression and basically society at large being against them. Because obviously it's set in the 1800s, this particular book is set in the 1800s, and we're dealing with a period of time where women weren't really thought of as anything more than to have a wife, to have children, and if they didn't have any of those sort of things, they had to go and work in the workhouses. So we follow 3 sisters and they become involved in a women's suffragette movement. And basically they want to go out on a march and they want to use the suffragette movement as a stepping stone into getting back into witchcraft. And in here they face all kinds of obstacles such as sexism, classism, racism, ignorance, fear, hatred, the list goes on. And our 3 women in this book are trying to overcome all of these obstacles. So I don't want to obviously say too much, but yeah, we're following three witches and they're basically trying to get witchcraft back into the mainstream to give women more power within society. So I would say this book was relatively fast paced. We did deal with, as I say, the suffragettes and things, but I did find that was sort of dropped. And then after that, we really didn't hear much about the suffragette movement, which I think would have been nice to develop a little bit more within the story. But apart from that, it was an intriguing read, and it was a good take on folklore, nursery rhymes, witchcraft, the Salem trials and all that kind of thing. So the history of witches. But yeah, I would, if you like anything witchy, I would definitely recommend this. It's quite educational, as well as basically it being a love letter to being a witch and a love letter to folklore, nursery rhymes, fairy tales and all those sort of things. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I have just finished, literally, I've just been speaking to my sister on the phone, so really not just, but about 15 minutes ago, I just finished Legendary by Stephanie Garber. I remembered I had the whole trilogy on my Kindle. So I don't need to go back to the library and get it out of the library. So I've finished that. I am looking forward to reading the last one, which is Finale. I have got that one. I have seen a lot of people on booktube, BookTok, Instagram, all that kind of thing. And basically they've all said that they didn't really enjoy the second book as much as the first book. I have a theory, and I think that's because you kind of know what the Caraval is, even though there was a different spin on it this time. I'm obviously not going to say anything. Firstly, if you haven't read the first one, then and I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read the second one. I mean, you probably have, but just in case, you just never know. I think that's what it is. I enjoyed it, and I wouldn't say I enjoyed it. Would I say I enjoyed it less? No, I don't think I enjoyed it less. It's just that I knew the tropes and things that we're sort of playing with here. So, whereas before, in the first one, I didn't. The first one was hilarious, and I loved that book. I thought that was really good. The second one, it wasn't as hilarious. There was some funny bits in it, but definitely the first one for me was hilarious. So we've got the last one finale. I don't think I'll be reading that within this vlog, even though it does seem like it, you know, it has been a caraval vlog sort of thing. What I should have done was maybe done a separate vlog, but I didn't. So the next book that's on my list, and I've actually got the audiobook from my library, and I managed to get it the other day, is The House of Sky and Breath in the Crescent City series. I have got the hardback I've just got that from Amazon, as you saw. So I've got that. And so I've got that all in here ready to go. So that's what I will be listening to next. To me, this it's quite intimidating, I think. And I don't think I will be, because today's Monday. My vlog goes up on a Wednesday. I don't think I'll be able to read this in like 2 days. It's not going to happen. So I am going to start it, and I will probably finish it for next week's vlog. So this is to be continued. So whether or not I read anything else, because I've got my other books from the library that I want to read as well, but I'll probably read some of them next week. I've got some other books coming in the post. Hopefully I've got subscription books coming as well. That seems to be taking its time, but you know, I will chase that as and when. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be reading next. Do you know what? It probably is a good place to leave the vlog. So I'm going to leave the vlog there. So I'm going to start this. I will let you know all about it. I'm going to, stop now, and then I can start this and start it afresh with the vlog. See, thinking on the hoof. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're reading at the moment, and let me know if you've read the Caraval series. I might even try and get that last book finished, so then I've done a series. That means I've ticked off a series. And I've also got this to read as well. I'm doing another vlog for the Court of Wings and Ruin, so I shall be doing another vlog, separate vlog for this. So yeah, let me know if you would like me to do TBRs and things like that. You know, if you want me to. I don't really like doing them because I am more of a mood reader. I have a skeletal set up in my mind as to what I'm going to read, but sometimes it's more mood reading. But just let me know. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye!